Gold Coast 500 all wrapped up for another year. Really cool event. It's a lot of people come out, which is really cool to see. And the weather held off, was looking a bit sketchy for a while. Not the ideal weekend overall for us. We struggled a bit for just pace. Nothing really went wrong or anything. We just didn't have much pace. We moved forward in the race with a bit of tyre life and stuff, but not just lacking a bit of speed to move forward from there.
From the moment we rolled out Friday, we gave it absolutely everything. We were just searching for a balance in the car that we never quite got on top of. We actually thought we were okay in practice one, but from there we just sort of lost our way a little bit. Just couldn't quite get the balance through the chicanes that we needed that were so critical this year, trying to nail a lap without setting off the sensors, and it was just a bit of a weak point for our cars. So a few mistakes, from me were costly in qualifying, setting off those curb strikes on my best laps, putting us out of position a little bit, therefore just being in amongst the pack.
Big amount of changes over Saturday night into Sunday. The engineers and mechanics were working really hard on the car to just sort of shift our philosophy, looking to make the car faster, but at the same time, learning as well. So, which seemed to work because we managed to get into the shootout, which is really cool. It's one of those events where, similar to Bathurst in a way, you want to be in the shootout. It's just a cool thing to do. Get to drive around that track to yourself for a lap is really special. So we did that, made a meal out of it. Because of the cool weather, the tyres weren't coming on lap 1 anyway, so we were always doing lap 2 or 3 in quali. And we weren't in a window to ever try or have time to try any alternatives. So shootout was the first time going lap 1 and the tyres weren't up, and had it looked smaller than what it was, and the car was pretty big, facing the fence, full opposite lock, but just actually got a curb strike in the end, and nothing else went wrong. So that wasn't ideal, but there was more to gain than lose anyway, so it was all good. And then in the race, we're trucking along, doing our own thing, sort of sitting inside the 10, which is where we wanted to be, and then had an electrical drama, which sort of intermittently put the car like in a limp mode. So that pretty much cemented our day. So kind of some positives in there. Overall, a little bit disappointing. The results are disappointing, obviously, but making an improvement on Sunday is always what we want to do. So some learnings there, which hopefully we can learn more and take that another step into Adelaide at the end of the year.
These things happen in racing sometimes. As much as you don't want it to, it's part and parcel of the deal. The team put a lot in. It's certainly deflating not to be where we want to be, but it's sometimes these weekends that only make you more resilient and stronger. And no doubt it will fuel all of us, I know me, to learn from everything we did on the weekend. We certainly did try a lot in the cars, so as much as it doesn't help your result, we'll always learn, and we certainly can learn a lot still from the weekend that we'll put to really good use.